Hi Scorpio, welcome to your Harsh Truth reading for mid-June to mid-May. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, including the link to the Recommend a Reader shout out, which goes to Graceful Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out and show her some love. If this is about you and another person, this could resonate with yours or their moon, rising, or Venus sign also. All right, Scorpio. Five of Swords, Hierophant, so we got 2 5s, okay. Death, that could be Scorpio, this could be Taurus. The World, oh goodness. Tower, there's Scorpio again, so we got Scorpio right here. Ace of Wands, holy cow, so we've got 5 out of 7 major arcana. This is a High Priestess, that could be Pisces or Cancerian. All right, so we've got you dealing with somebody that you feel quite strongly for, or a situation you feel quite strongly for. 5 out of 7 major arcana. Holy cow. All right. So this is involving someone you care for, or, you know, maybe, I mean, if it's a job, but this is somebody you care for. What's this? You're waiting for something, though. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for this new beginning with this person? Waiting for them to come to their senses? A lot of cards here. It's a Magician. What's this Hierophant about? Okay, there's Scorpio again, Knight of Cups. Oopsie. Not used to shuffling this way, so there's going to be a lot of oopsies. Normally I shuffle like this, and then I just go like this, but I'm doing like this. So there's been questions of me being able to see the card right here, and then I know when to pull something, and I just, you know, never thought of it that way, but I can see how it'd be a concern. Anyway, what's this Death card about for Scorpio? Death card about Hierophant. Oh my goodness gracious. What's this World card about? This World card about for Scorpio. King of Swords. So right off the bat, what's shown here is that we probably got an online situation, or you're talking to someone mainly through social media or online, and you're doing the waiting game. This is a romantic interaction, and it looks like you're waiting for them to kind of want to take it to the next level with you, and they're actually waiting for to get over a relationship or whatnot. And we've got you to, are you wanting to end it because you're tired of waiting? Is this for the Scorpios I'm reading for? You're talking to somebody online here, probably. They're at a distance. Okay, what's this Tower card about for Scorpio? 7 of Swords. A lot of swords here. This Ace of Wands here. 9 of Swords. All right. So you've got somebody that is waiting for someone else to end their situation, and you're hoping that, like, so basically you're waiting on someone that is waiting on someone to end the situation. You feel quite the connection with this person, and you go back and forth between trying to make sense and strategize and there's a lot of mental energy trying to understand and figure out and coach yourself and to this and that to make sense of this situation. And it has a tendency to take its toll because you're being affected by something you have no control over. So you have all this responsibility to wait or to be understanding or to be there, but you don't get to enjoy the benefits of being there, because you've got someone that's waiting for someone else to call the shots on their life so that you can enjoy that person. It's like this domino effect here. What else? What's this High Priestess about for Scorpio? What's High Priestess? 2 of Swords. Ooh, golly. So you put your foot down then. What else for Scorpio? What's this High Priestess about for Scorpio? So you are hoping, I think what this is about is you putting your foot down and going, all right, you know what? Oh, goodness. And saying, I can't anymore. I've got very little to go on anyway, and I'm bowing out. I need time to think. I can't handle waiting for someone that is waiting for someone. And yet that still doesn't seem to be enough for your person to make the necessary fresh start that they need to. They're still waiting because they just don't want to do what they have to do, or they're not comfortable making a decision about their life or their situation. And we got 2. Let's see. Do we have any other 2s here? 1, 2, 3. So this is that's a 3 also, right? So we got 3 2s. Oof. This is you taking the long view and looking at your life going, you know, I don't want to keep doing this. I feel like there's 3 people here. There's 3 situations here. Your relationship and its trajectory, I mean, this could be a company, a job, but your relationship with this person depends on their relationship with either their job or their ex or their friendship or their family. So it's like you're third in line, kind of, because it's the situation for them and then themselves and then you. So I think that what they like about the connection with you is kind of this passionate escape, but it's not an impetus or enough for them to want to make changes in the current situation that they're in. There could be distance involved here also. And this is you kind of hoping that they find a way to end things, that it gets sort of destroyed or disrupted, or there's some kind of upheaval without you actually having to do it, but you're kind of secretly hoping that maybe something finally comes along to shake this person out of this fear or this sort of shutdown mode that they tend to go into when things get too stressful, because you don't want to push them away, but you're tired of waiting. You're tired of being third in line. And they're just not willing to, it's too stressful for them to have to take a stand and to choose and to make a decision. And you go from, probably secretly wanting things to be upended so that at least it shakes things up and then they're free to choose you, to feeling like you need to just have done with it. Like it's like you're going back and forth. What else for Scorpio? Ooh, gracious. Tower again. Oof. So with you going back and forth from hoping something comes along to kind of shake things up so that this person recognizes you and sees you first and for who you are, and going back and forth between wanting that or just wanting to have enough gumption to call it quits for good or figure out how to handle this for yourself, self-preservation versus still wanting to preserve the relationship, you're kind of facing a lot of epiphanies and realizations about this, like maybe how much you're giving up, or maybe how much you're allowing for this, or maybe how much you're putting on hold, or what does this mean for the, like there's all these just, and it's frustrating, and there's a lot of emotions going on for the Scorpios I'm reading for, that you're probably containing and not sharing with your person, but you're kind of getting to the point where you're feeling like you need to make a decision or do something, because I think you're about to, it feels like you don't want to do something you regret, or you don't want to push this person away, but there's a very high level of frustration here. And it's to the point where you're probably like, you know what, I need some time to think. Don't bother me. Don't talk to me. I need to get my head on straight. I need to, and maybe this was strategic pulling away so that it would kind of force them to choose. Self-preservation here, like, you know what, I have got to look out for myself because this person is not. I'm third in line. So this is you probably, now that you've taken this time to kind of pull away and think about some things, there's a lot of epiphanies happening, a lot of realizations, and you're just like not wanting to make anything bigger or worse for yourself. But also maybe secretly hoping that something comes along to sort of disrupt this person's situation, because the truth is they're not willing to do the changes. They would, instead of taking a stand and asserting themselves, they're too afraid. So they kind of are always waiting for that person that they're afraid of to make the decisions for them. And then they just kind of react and try to squeeze you in, or the situation with you in. And I think you're quite tired of that. And you're ready to do what needs to be done here. That was for Scorpio. The thing is, it feels like from what's showing here is it's just someone's not willing to take a stand. They'd rather just passively react, or they'd rather wait for something to happen and then they react, but they're not willing to do anything or initiate anything. And that, I think, because you're such a go-getter for the Scorpios I'm reading for, that can be very frustrating. But they're just somebody that passively and strategically reacts rather than puts what they want out there, because they just don't want basically the persecution for doing what they want to do. That's for Scorpio. Oof. Resolution. All right. Could be getting to be that time where you're like, I have got to make a decision that benefits me. I've got to have wits about me. I've got to be resolved about this. I've got to make a final decision about this. It looks like you're in that contemplation mode right now about making that decision. And that's why you've asked for time apart. So it could be that this person is waiting for you to make a decision, and they're also waiting for the other situation to make a decision for them. This person is kind of perpetually in limbo. And you're just like, yeah, I've got to have somebody that can make a decision about something. I can't have you be so passive all the time or waiting for me to choose. Okay, what else for Scorpio? Scorpio here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana. Good gracious, 6 major arcana out of 8. Oof. Scorpio. Devil, that could be Capricorn. Oh, good gracious. And the Tower. The Devil and the Tower. Somebody's going to get vertical on this thing, and it's probably going to be you. It's probably going to be you going, enough. This is a major, major upheaval for you, and this is kind of a clearing and a cleansing, but this is you probably saying, I've had enough. Perhaps you're trying to avoid that. That's why you've asked for time apart. But 1, 2, 3 towers, Scorpio. Some would say you're in your element. Phoenix rising and all that from the ashes and raising things only to rise. Because this situation is an unhealthy dynamic and it's been going on back and forth for a while. And this is about you resolving once and for all. And right now you're deliberating for that. But this is, this is kind of an unhealthy situation. Something that's just holding you back, that unless direct action is taken, it's going to continue. Because you're going to have to be the one to do it. This person is not. They're just too passive. They're too afraid. They're too afraid to take a stand. They know something needs to be done. They want differently, but they won't. It's not in their nature to do it. And part of this is, this didn't happen to you. This would suggest that this is your dynamic, that a dynamic that was created between the two of you. That this is, this isn't like a stroke of bad luck, like something just happened, holy cow, and like, you two were affected by something. This is a dynamic created by you two. It looks like you're getting pretty tired of here. We got 6 out of 8 major arcana here. No, yes, 6 out of 8. Okay, Scorpio, no judgment. No judgment. Okay, do what you will. Everybody stand back. It's okay to get the stinger out if you have to, because this kind of, something's got to give here. You're tired of waiting, and you're starting to realize that unless it's just not going to happen the way you wanted it to, because they're waiting for someone to do something so that they can have a reason to do something to finally be able to be with you. But even then, that might be delayed because they're still going to want to be kind of strategic and careful. And it's like, this could be somebody, again, at a distance that's just like, well, I've got to wait till this job comes through, and then I got to this and that, whatever. And okay, I mean, that's, somebody's work or even somebody's decisions. But at some point, it's also a decision for you to stick around and wait for that or to see. And it's just hard, because especially if you care about somebody, it's just really hard seeing them not choose you, always putting something before choosing you. It's hard. All right. I wish this was better news. I'm sorry. It's going to take your firm resolution on sticking to your guns about this and being quite decisive, and just even though it's like, but having to just, and it's good that you have your own private time right now. It's good that you're kind of just thinking that you're not blowing up or erupting, because major epiphanies are abound here, and you're not going to want to blow up, but it's like there's got to be a firm resolution on what to do here, because your person's always going to be in limbo waiting. So, okay, shutting up. I hope this was helpful. I hope to see you in the next reading. Good luck to you. Much love. And you stay strong. You get that stinger out if you have to. Well, not the stinger. I mean, they are what they are. But just I feel like you need to be firm about this. Shutting up. Hope to see you in the next reading. Okay, all right. Love to you. Take care.